3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast. Hello, friends. Hanging out with you on a Thursday. Oh, look who's here. It's Steph. Hey, girl.
Hey, happy Thursday.
Right back at you. So, before we do anything, Steph and I are recording this on Wednesday, okay? We golfed yesterday on Tuesday. And I gotta share it with the world, friends. Steph's getting pretty good.
Thank you.
Okay, so you broke 100. You played your ball the entire time. We didn't give any free drops or anything. It was tough playing because the fog and the greens were being worked on, so they were rough shape, so putting was tough. And Steph still broke 100. I'm telling you, Steph, your progression over the last month and a half has been astounding.
Thank you. My goal is to just keep improving, and it's funny because last week I wanted to break 100 and I literally got 99. And I was like, it broke 100. I'm good with it. And this time I got 98.
That's
so,
right.
Small improvements. But like you said, it was tough because there were holes we were just like, I don't know where the green is. It's so foggy. So you're just kind of hitting and just hoping for the best.
Yeah, so it was myself playing, Steph playing, my friend Chris, and then his friend Zach, and none of us had played this course in Lebanon before. So none of us knew where to hit the ball. And it was super foggy, and we're just going to hit it out into the mist and see what happens. It was tough finding the ball sometimes, but I'm telling you guys, Steph, I think this just kind of goes to the fact if you're an athlete, right? You've been an athlete. You've been a softball player, a field hockey player, a soccer player. I think when you're an athlete, the hand-eye coordination that you use in those other sports is key, especially with field hockey. Because in golf, the ball doesn't move. It just sits there and waits for you to hit it.
Right. And I feel like that coordination from hockey especially has helped me. And I even dribble around with my putter on the green sometimes, like it's field hockey ball.
Yeah.
And your friend Chris joins me. He plays field hockey with me.
Yeah, he's a sucker. Yeah. I play golf with you pretty much every time you've played golf, and I've never done that once. Because, I don't play around. I place for keeps. I place for real. Take this game seriously. No,
no messing around, right?
No joking around. Don't laugh one time. Just go and
right.
We're serious when we play. But no, you're doing a great job. You should be proud of yourself. The hard work is paying off.
Thank you.
All right, today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai, right on the price, right on the pike. For October, get ready to save some money. 2020 Elantras, Sonatas, Konas, Santa Fe's, 0% APR when you go through Hyundai Motor Financing. Good credit, bad credit, it does not matter. Freisinger Hyundai wants to help get you into a new Hyundai, no matter your credit situation. On the Carlisle Pike, like I say, right on the price, right on the pike, Freisinger Hyundai. This is frightening. So maybe you'll know this because I was trying to figure it out and I didn't want to look it up. When you're giving birth, do you know the name of the shot that they give you?
Epidural.
That's the word. For some reason, I thought it started with a V. There's not even a V in the word. Epidural. Okay, so in Ontario, Canada, this woman has been suffering from severe pain for like a decade and a half. And it turns out that when she gave birth 16 years ago, the doctor or the nurse or the anesthesiologist or whoever it was that gave her the epidural broke off part of the needle in her spine.
No.
Yeah. And it was still in there.
Oh my God, this poor woman.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Well, now that they figured out what it was, they got the needle out of there and they hope that it's gonna stop her from being in pain. She was in pain for 16 years. She was in severe pain.
Oh my gosh.
And nobody thought for a minute that it would be a epidural needle stuck in her spine, because that's where they give you the shot.
Right. Oh my gosh. How does doctor not notice
Well,
that
that's
half of the needle broke off?
right. So that's the question. Apparently in Canada, malpractice is kind of a really tough thing to prove. Like in America, if that happened, this woman would probably get millions of dollars from insurance companies and, malpractice insurance and things like that. But in Canada, it's a little bit different. So she might not actually get like anything. But you got to believe that a doctor or a nurse, anesthesiologist, whoever works in the medical profession would know that the needle was this long when it went in, and when they pulled it out, it was this long.
Right.
They would think that they'd be like, it might not even be their fault. It might be faulty needle. Could be the people who made the needles. But somebody knew that something happened and they didn't say anything.
Right. You would hope that somebody would notice that.
Somebody knew they screwed up and they just walked away.
Wow. That's okay. Great. That's terrifying. I already, literally on a random Thursday, have irrational fears about giving birth someday. I'm not even anywhere near that point in my life.
No,
but
not knocked
I
up?
literally, no, not anytime soon. I need to find a man and get married first. But I'll literally sit there and think oh my gosh, I'm so afraid of giving birth. So now this gives me just another fear to have with that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is extremely rare. Okay, number one.
Right.
But that doesn't change the fact that it could happen.
Right. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
16 years of pain.
16 years of pain. On year 1, I'd be like, something's not right. And I would do all the, maybe it's bad. Maybe she has bad insurance. I don't actually know a lot about the Canadian healthcare system. So maybe it took 16 years of going through 80 doctors, and finally they're like, all right, well, let's look at her spine, I guess. Oh, look, there's a needle in there.
Right.
I don't know how any of that works, but you got to think that how could you live with 16 years of pain?
You know what, though? I hope this kid never backtalks her or gives her an attitude. Because not only did she go through childbirth to bring him or her into the world, but now 16 years of pain because of it.
Right.
This kid better be nice.
Not the kid's fault either, though.
No, but no.
So, what is... I'm putting you on the spot here. You didn't know I was going to ask this, so take your time. What is your favorite Halloween costume you've ever had? One you look back on so fondly. It could be when you were a kid, when you were an adult. What is the one thing that comes to your mind when I say, Steph, your favorite Halloween costume?
1 year I was SpongeBob SquarePants.
Makes
and
sense.
Literally my parents made the costume out of a literal box. They cut a hole in the bottom so you could put it over top. They cut holes for the eyes. We spray painted it yellow. It was legit. It was amazing.
There's got to be a picture floating around somewhere I got to find.
I'll have to find it because it was pretty epic. I think I actually wore it 2 or 3 years in a row.
I remember, the only thing I remember is it's not really my favorite costume, but my mom did a very similar thing with Batman. My mom, I was like, I want to be Batman. And I think my mom didn't have the heart to tell me that there was no little fat kid Batman costumes out there. So she made me one. But then at the last second, she's like, we got to put reflectors on it because you're going to be walking around on the street. And I'm like, Mom, Batman doesn't have reflectors. He has to be hiding in the night.
Oh,
he doesn't have reflectors. What are you doing? No. And I fought my mom tooth and nail, and finally she won. There's reflectors all over my cape.
Oh, she just wanted you to be safe.
Oh,
Mama,
man. And all I wanted to do was fight crime. You can't sneak up on criminals with reflectors.
That's true. It gives you away.
Anyway, I asked you that question because I want to know if you'd ever wear this costume. Yandy, a lingerie company, who also comes out with sexy versions of Halloween costumes, or sexy versions of whatever's topical for their Halloween costumes, now has the sexy mail-in ballot.
Oh my gosh. What?
For the low price of $39 or $30, excuse me, you get a tight white tube dress with a big pink stripe that reads official ballot enclosed and first class mail on the front. The return address is printed. It sends you to Sexy Headquarters, 1234 Lovers Lane.
Oh my gosh, this is so stupid.
Steph.
No.
No?
Halloween costumes do not need to be political. And I know like maybe it's just trying to promote the whole like get out and vote, your voice matters, rah rah, and that's great, but I think that's a dumb costume.
Sexy mail-in ballot. Yeah. All right.
There's nothing sexy about that at all.
Well, it could be.
No.
All right, coming up in just a couple of minutes, a very special advice column. This is advice that I need. What should I do in this situation, if anything? Maybe I don't do anything. Steph, you don't know what this is going to be. This is involving me. And so I'll need your help. And everyone who's listening, feel free to comment when you find out what the issue is. That's coming up next.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Advice column Thursday. We try to help solve the world's problems. And normally you guys hit me up, Puff at puffandstuff.com, or you let us know your issue on our Facebook page. We appreciate that as well. This week I decided to jump the pile and talk about my own situation, something going on in my life that I've never really experienced this before, but I'm almost guaranteed that I'm not the only one, especially right now. With the holidays coming up, and I really don't know how we're going to be spending holidays yet, if family's going to be coming into town, or if we're going to go anywhere or do anything. But I was on my brother-in-law's Facebook page. He posted something. I thought it was interesting. And my wife's cousin, we're going to call him Steve. That's not his real name, but we'll call him Steve. He commented. And I was like, oh man, I haven't heard from Steve in a while. And I clicked on Steve's Facebook page. Steve unfriended me on Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure that you were friends at one point?
100%. Because he had commented on something funny that I posted or whatever. Now, here's what I do know. Steve and I do not see eye to eye politically. I try not to be super political on my Facebook page, but I will make a comment here or there. Or I will post something here or there. If something's really egregious on one side, or the other side really, I'll post something. I'm kind of an I try to be equal opportunity, like...
Offender?
A little bit. Like, I try to call out any side of an argument if I think that they're not doing the right things. Now, as far as I'm aware, Steve is not like this. Steve is very much like one side and one side only, and agrees with pretty much everything that side does. And I know that him and I don't see eye to eye on everything. Actually, I would say that 90% of the stuff out there, politically, we don't see eye to eye on. And that's fine. Like, I actually really like him as a person. I've spent almost every holiday with him over the last, 8 years of my life. He was at my wedding. I consider him family because he's the wife's cousin. So now he's my cousin. That's the way I view him. And now I see that he has unfriended me. Now, the first response that I had was, really? I thought we were friends. It's okay if we disagree. What's the big deal? I don't hate him for his views. Why does he? Blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of talked myself off the ledge and was like, who cares? Who cares? It's Facebook. It's not real life. Facebook's not real life. Twitter's not real life. Instagram's not real life. It's not real life. When I see him at holidays, we'll be cordial. We'll talk. We'll laugh. We'll have a good time together like we normally do. Who cares if he sees that I post the Buffalo Bills are doing awesome this year? Awesome smiley face emoji. Who cares if he sees that? Or who cares if he sees, oh my God, can you believe what this insert political figure just said here? Does it matter? Is it important?
You know what? You're right when you say that it's not real life. However, I have to be honest. I think it's kind of messed up that he did that when he knows that he's going to continue to see you at family functions, in theory, probably for the rest of your lives. So if you don't like something that someone's posting, in case anybody doesn't already know this, you can hide their posts. You don't have to unfriend them because then they're aware that you did that. And I think it just makes things weird and awkward.
Yeah.
I can't believe he did that.
Well, I can tell you this without getting into too much detail. Politics is a big deal in the wife's family, and it has caused rifts in the wife's family. And the last thing I want to do is walk up to him on Thanksgiving. Now, this is assuming that he's going to even be there on Thanksgiving or that we're even going to have a Thanksgiving. I don't know anything. But the last thing I want to do is hey, what's up, Steve? I noticed you unfriended me. What's up with that? Happy Thanksgiving.
Right. But it's kind of awkward also to just leave it unspoken because he knows you did it. You know he did it. He probably knows that you know he did it. So it's kind of like this elephant in the room, you deleted me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I would never do that to a family member, even if they drove me totally crazy, which, by the way, I do have a distant family member who is like that. And me and all my other family members have just hidden her posts.
All right, so here's the question. Now, I know you so well. You are a non-confrontational person. You go to Thanksgiving. Steve's at Thanksgiving. You say nothing. I know this. Okay.
Yep.
What should I do? Knowing me, do I walk up to him and be like, hey, man, is everything okay? Not to approach him. I'd never want to approach him. If I were to, I would never want to approach him accusing him or being very forward with him or confrontational. Just be like, hey, man, is everything okay? I noticed that you unfriended me on Facebook. Is there something I said? Do you want to talk about something? Because you know me. I will talk to anybody about anything. I don't care if we're on the same page about something. I don't care if we're completely polar opposites, because I'm a firm believer that you can learn from someone no matter what. Even if it's a crazy person, they might say something you're like, I never thought about it like that crazy person. Wow. But you know who I am. I am all about trying to learn people's sides of stories, people's sides of arguments, because I think it makes you better. It makes you a more complete person. But not everyone is like that. And he, from what I know about him, is kind of a timid, more shy guy. So he might feel attacked, and I don't want to be like that.
Well, here's another way that you and I are different is that something like this would really, really bother me. Does it bother you that he unfriended you?
No.
Like, is it worth confronting him? Like, do you really care?
I want to know what it was exactly that made him turn me off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're kind of like curious.
Because me personally, what I post on social media, if it's anything even remotely controversial, I don't think it's that bad. I never think it's that bad. I'm like, oh, this is pretty much common sense, isn't it? And then I get a couple people saying, no, you're terrible. I'm like, really? I'm terrible? Really?
There's always those people.
But I want to know what it was exactly that made him go, that's it. I am unfriending him. Or, what if I just friend him now? Just friend him.
I was just thinking that. I actually had a situation with, I'm going to be vague here, but a parent of a girl that I knew would and she was very dramatic, and it was all everything was a drama. She would delete me, and every time I noticed it, I would refriend her. This happened 3 or 4 times. So why don't you just send him a friend request? Because then he'll definitely know that he deleted you. That's what I would do. See how he reacts.
That's a good one. I'm going to do that, I think. That's funny. All right. Well, thank you for your help, Steph. If anyone else has anything other than what we said here, help that I could use with Steve. Again, I don't hate the guy. I like the guy a lot. He's a good dude. I really like him. We don't see eye to eye, but I don't care. I don't have to be friends with people that I only see eye to eye with. That makes you an incomplete person. I truly believe that. So, yeah, what should I do in this situation? Please. This is like a legit issue that I just noticed 2 weeks ago. And it hasn't really been bothering me, but I thought it was something fun to talk about on the show. All right, coming up in just a couple of minutes. Women, I'm going to tell you when you feel ugly. Yeah.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
A survey taken of women over 18 across the United States revealed when women feel their ugliest. Steph? No, this is actually a day and a time. So it's not like when we get out of the gym. It's nothing like that. It's an actual specific day and time period. When would you say that you feel the ugliest?
I know this for sure without a second thought. Is it a time of day you said specifically?
It's a day and a time. So it's a specific day and a specific time.
Okay, I don't have a specific day necessarily, but for me, it would be a weekday of some kind. And it would be like 10 p.m. because I'm like in my pajamas. I got my retainers in. I'm bloated from everything I ate that day. I'm getting ready for bed. Like, I'm gross, you know?
I love the whole retainer thing. I can't believe I knew you for 3.5 years and I just found that out like 2 weeks ago. That you still
Every night, baby.
wear a retainer once a week because you're afraid that overnight your teeth are going to move. After all these years. Okay, let's move on to this thing, though, because, yeah. Women reveal that they feel their ugliest on Mondays. It looks like they feel ugly on Monday mornings.
Really?
Well, maybe... Okay, I'm just throwing this out there. The survey started at the age of 18. So let's say that a lot of 20-year-olds completed this survey. 20-year-olds go out on the weekends. They cake their face with makeup. They go out, they drink a lot. Maybe they eat a lot. They go home. They're not like you and they don't have the regiment no matter what time they get home. They just go to bed. So that, maybe Monday morning they got dry skin and they're not feeling so good because they're their life decisions over the weekend. And they're just
right, and it's Monday.
Right,
blah.
right. Now, when do women feel their best? Women feel the best about their appearance for a mere 3 hours a day. Between the hours of noon and 3 p.m., women are like, hot.
I look good.
But after that, they're like, I'm a hideous troll beast.
See, for me, it wouldn't be in the morning. And you and I have talked about this before. My weight fluctuates. I swear on my life, I am heavier and more bloated at night, but then I sleep all night and I'm not eating and I wake up and I feel skinny. I feel good before I eat anything in the morning. Mm-hmm. So the morning wouldn't be my worst time. Personally.
Well, Monday morning, if you did a lot of bad stuff over the weekend, maybe it'd be different.
You feel like crap, yeah. It makes sense.
But apparently, Steph feels the best in the morning about herself. Not the average woman, though. The average woman, noon to 3 p.m., that's when they got it going on.
Because, I guess because then, the morning's over, you're finally awake, you're feeling good.
Yeah.
But then by 3, you're, starting to slow down. You probably hit that wall.
Probably. I don't feel as good as I did, and I probably look terrible because that's the way women think about themselves. All right, it's time to stump Steph. 14% of people with tattoos have this tattooed on their body.
Is it sentimental?
Yep.
Is it specific words or just
I think
some kind of image?
I think it could be either. It's pretty broad.
Is it in memory of someone?
I think it could be, but I think it could. It doesn't have to be some. I don't think it has to be a past individual. I think it could be.
Someone's name.
It gotta be more specific than that.
Initials.
No, what? Who is it? What is it?
Your kids.
That's a good answer. I would bet it's more than 14%, though.
Your significant other.
No.
Oh, a parent or grandparent?
No.
Kids, parents, significant. Your dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
14% of people with tattoos have tattooed their pets on their body. Now, that could be an image of their pet. That could be the name of their pet. If we were going to go too far into this and you weren't getting it, I was going to say, Steph, if you were to have tattoos, this would definitely be a tattoo that you would have. So.
Right. See, my problem is that I've already had so many dogs in my life, and I plan to have many, many, many more. So it would be a lot of tattoos to be like Zoe, Miley, Angel, Cooley, Binky. It'd be a big tattoo.
3% of pet owners have bought this gift for their dog. Only 3% have bought this gift for their dog. What is it?
So not a lot.
No. But you see them. This is something that you don't keep in the house. You take out with your dog.
You don't keep it in your house?
Correct.
It's something that you use like out in public.
Correct.
A doggy water bottle.
Nope.
3%. So it's not common.
No, it's not super common. When you see one, you're like, oh, look at that.
A Halloween costume for your dog.
That's way more than 3%. You know it.
I just can't even think of something that would be that uncommon.
You don't see it a lot. But when you do, you're usually like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that.
Something they bought. Does the dog enjoy it?
Depends on the dog. Lazy dogs, yes.
Oh, a stroller.
Yeah, that gave it away. All right, I have another pet one. Do you want to do it?
Yes.
All right. This is not you. 5% of pet owners let their pets do this only on holidays. What is it? You are a all year round type girl. I was going to say 5% of pet owners let their pets do this only on holidays. What is it?
They sit at the table with you for meals.
You're close, but no.
You feed them from the table.
Yeah. Let them eat human
Year-round,
food.
baby.
Yeah. Yep. And I knew you. You're definitely not a 5%er. You're a all the timer. All right, friends. Enjoy your Thursday. We hope you have a good one. We will see you on Friday. It's the podcast.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.